Well, here we are again. Happy Friday, everybody. Spokane Steve here with another game of Strat-O-Matic Baseball 1966 full season replay. Always a treat to have Sandy Koufax on the mound, as it's the Dodgers at the Astros, the rubber game of a 3-game series. Right-hander Bob Bruce, who's actually pitched well for the Astros, much better than he should have, considering how bad this card is. We'll get to those numbers in a minute, but first I wanted to share with you the response to the email I sent to Strat-O-Matic regarding the 1985 set release. My question simply was, why the 1985 set again? Wasn't this set already super advanced? It was, after all, the first card set with ballpark effects, and I received a response. Steve, this was the first year we began experimenting with ballpark effects, but it was not a fully super advanced season. SOM. So, there you have it. Always happy when you get a reply. I still don't fully understand it, I have to admit. So what makes a season super advanced? It had the clutch, the weather, the ballpark effects. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain it to me. Looking at the chat, I want to welcome in Kenyon, Franklin, and Ernest. How are you guys doing on a happy hour Friday? I guess it is happy hour back east. Here on the west, a tad early. I'm still drinking coffee. So let's get into the particulars of the game. The starting pitchers, Koufax, of course, has carried this team. He's 13-1, leads the majors in wins. 1.38 earned run average, leads the majors. 16 starts, he's completed 10 of them. That leads the majors. Thrown 2 shutouts, 144 innings of work, just 93 hits allowed, and a major league leading 139 strikeouts to top it off. For Bruce, surprising numbers, 1-3, but a 2.87 ERA. 4 starts, 3 relief appearances, 31 1/3 innings, 32 hits, just 5 walks, 19 strikeouts. Looking at the card, it's safe to say that Bob Bruce has overachieved so far. Temporarily happy hour. Just gloomy here with some rain in the future. I can't complain too much compared to the eastern half of the country. And yet I still do. How about that? Well, it's because of where I was. Easy to get spoiled by sunny Southern California. Dodger lineup is as follows. Maury Wills plays shortstop. He'll lead off. Wes Parker, the first baseman. Willie Davis is in center field. Tommy Davis in left field hits fourth. Lou Johnson will be in right. Jim Lefevre is at third base hitting sixth. John Roseborough behind the dish. Nate Oliver at second base, and Koufax hitting ninth. That could be Joel, and hello Joel, by the way. But that isn't really my question. My question is, what about it in its initial release wasn't already super advanced, as they claim, saying it was not really a super advanced set? Anyway, my Retro Keeper League is about ready to begin the 1982 season, so in 3 more seasons I'll have to cough up for another computer version of 85, which I've already bought twice. So that's kind of how I see it. I see it as kind of a money grab, quite honestly. I'd like to be proven wrong, but for now, that's where I stand. Hello, Scott Johnson. I forgot to post the game, pre-post the game, I should say, after yesterday's game. So that kind of sucks, because probably a lot of people don't even know there is a game today. But it is what it is. The show must go on, right? Umpires for today's game will be Tom Gorman behind the plate, Tony Venzone at first, Lee Wire at second, and Bill Williams down at third. Bruce ready to go. Let's play ball. Morty Wills will lead it off at the .269 average. No home runs, 17 RBIs. Switch hitter hitting left-handed. Bruce gets the sign from Bateman. And we're off. 1-8, base hit up the middle and through into center field for a leadoff single. We'll take a look at the battery now with Wills at first. Bruce a 0 hold, Bateman a 0 arm, so Wills will be held on at 13. 13, of course, kind of the breaking point for me. I would definitely go at 14. I would definitely not go at 12. Wes Parker will be the hitter, another switch hitter. Wes comes in at .271, 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. I'm going to roll the die to see if Wills tries for the lead or not. 1-3, he'll try for it. He will try for it. So he's trying for a 13. 2 through 10 or 12, he's out on an 11. He's got the lead. 1-13, here he goes. Bateman's throw down, and he's caught like a thief in the night. So Will's gunned down trying to steal. That is the 9th time he's been caught against 26 steals. So here's the next pitch to Parker. 3-12 right-handed. He lifts a fly ball to straightaway center. Jimmy Wynn takes a couple steps back and makes the grab for out number 2. Dodgers, of course, don't score a lot. That's another reason for even considering the stolen base attempt there. 2 down for Willie Davis. Excuse me. Davis at .270. 3 homers, 34 RBIs. Bob Bruce with the pitch on a 2-6 righty. Liner to second, single to 7, and that's going to be a base hit for Willie Davis, and we'll do it again with the hold. 17 held at 15. He's definitely going to try for that as Tommy Davis steps to the plate. Tommy leads the club at hitting, albeit with not enough at-bats to qualify, hitting .309, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. Willie's going to roll for the lead, 2 through 5, 11 or 12. 5, he's got it. 1-15, there goes Davis. Bateman's throw down. He's stolen it. Possible overthrow. Bateman a 1 through 16. This is headed for center field. And Willie will take third. So stolen base plus error on Bateman. So Willie at third now. Still 2 down, of course. And here's the next pitch to Tommy Davis. 4-11 right-handed. High fly ball to deep left field, backing up his Staub on the track, hauls it in. Ho! Tommy gave it a ride. But Staub able to make the play. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And after half an inning, it's Los Angeles nothing. Houston coming to bat against Sandy Koufax. Hello, Jim Forbes. My recovery. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, that's very kind. I'm not sure if awesome is the word I'd use. I think we did what had to be done, basically. And a good lesson for me. Just because the pitcher's at bat doesn't mean it's the starting pitcher. Koufax warming up. Here's the lineup. Joe Morgan at second base leads things off. There goes my voice again. Damn it. It's been fine all morning. Murphy's Law. Drink of water there. Okay, Sonny Jackson hit second at shortstop. Jimmy Wynn, of course, in the 3 spot in center field. Dave Nicholson will play right field and hit cleanup. Bob Aspromontes at third base. Chuck Harrison at first. John Bateman behind the plate. Rusty Staub in left moves down to the 8 spot against Koufax. And Bruce, the pitcher, hitting 9th. Joe Morgan will start it off. Morgan at 298, 3 home runs, 35 RBIs from the leadoff spot. That's impressive. Koufax into the windup. 1-5 righty, he walks him. And Morgan doing what Morgan does best. The one stat I did not read is that's Morgan's major league leading 59th base on balls. Checking the Dodger battery now. Koufax a +1 hold. Roseboro with that -3 gun. So a -2 battery makes Morgan a 13. They're not going to hold him. He's got the green light. Sonny Jackson at the plate. You can do all kinds of things with Sonny. A butter, B hit and run, hitting .318. He's the leading hitter on the team. 5 home runs, 36 RBIs. I'm going to roll the die for Morgan. He's got the lead 1-13. 1-3 he'll go. And he will go. 1-13. There he goes. Roseboro with the peg down. He's stolen it. The Dodgers give Morgan too much of a lead. And he's able to swipe his 8th base of the season. Here comes the next pitch to Jackson. 2-7, base hit into right field. They're waving Morgan around, and he will score. And the Astros jump out to a 1-0 lead. '19 held at 17. Jim Wynn at the plate. He's got a roll for that. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. It's a 6. He does not get the lead. What would he be on the back number? 14 held. 12 held. He'd be a 1 through 8. Wynn hitting .312. His average dipping lately. 18 home runs and still leads the major leagues in RBIs with 70. Think about that. This is Houston's 67th game, and Wynn already with 70 RBIs. Hello there, Al. I don't know. Why don't you set one? That'll be fun. We'll see how many people go over or under. Why not? It's Friday. No game tomorrow. My MMDA draft, the first of many rookie drafts in my keeper leagues, of which I'm in way too many. Jackson held. Here's Koufax pitching to Jimmy Wynn from the stretch. 1-7. That's hit high and deep to center. That's over Davis's head for extra bases. Rounding at third is Jackson. 16. -1, 15. Yeah, they're going to send him. Now, did the Dodgers throw? .15. That's the same as Wynn's running. So if he's safe, Wynn's going to be at third base. They're going to cut that off. That will be an RBI double for Jimmy Wynn, and it's 2-0. So a rough start for Koufax. And here's Dave Nicholson. Franklin's going to nominate John Bateman as the beer batter. That works for me. Al's going to set the over-under for Koufax strikeouts at 9. And a bold man is Al with a rocky start here. Will he even pitch the whole game? Nicholson on the season, 248 average, 6 homers, 22 RBIs, win at second, still nobody out, 2-0 Houston. Koufax with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-6 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Well, there's one. And here's Bob Aspromani. Aspromani hitting 263, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. Koufax checks the runner. Now comes to the plate, 2-8. Comebacker. Koufax has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. That'll bring up the first baseman, Chuck Harrison. Harrison just 16 for 77 so far, a 208 average. He has 1 home run. Koufax into the windup. 4-9 right-handed. That's shortstop X. Tough chance for Wills. A 327 into the hole. On an 8 E-rate. It's a 7 on a 27. This is trouble. The throw pulls Parker off the bag. Excuse me, and that's going to be an error on Wills. So E6, Wynn moves to third. Let's check Harrison for running. Not a threat to steal. And here's your beer batter, John Bateman. Bateman, 275 on the year, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Koufax trying to settle in here today. Comes set. Here's the pitch. On a 5-8, it's second base X. That's going to be Oliver. 221 to his left. On a 9, it's an 11 on a 21. This should be interesting. He makes a fine play and throws him out. That ends the inning. Nice play, Oliver, to help Koufax get out of the jam. 2 runs for the Astros on 2 hits, and they leave 2. And after 1 inning, it's 2-0 Houston. Bruce, who started the year in the pen, seems to have worked his way into the rotation. He is making his 5th start of what will be 23. Second inning. Excuse me. Sweet Lou Johnson will start it off. Johnson at 281, 7 home runs, and a team-leading 39 RBIs. Bruce gets the sign from Bateman now. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-7 righty. Liner to third, single to 3. That's going to be a 3. It's past Aspromani and into left field for a single. So he rolls the 3. Johnson with good speed. 15 held at 13. And that 7 and 10 automatic caught are going to discourage him from attempting the lead. They'll bring up Jim Lefevre, another switch hitter. Lefevre at 281 leads the team in home runs with a dozen and 36 RBIs. Bruce working from the stretch now. Comes set. Comes to the plate, 5'9" lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Lefevre, first strikeout for Bruce. And with 1 away, the hitter will be John Roseboro. The left-handed hitting catcher has his average up to 241. Remember, he got off to a terrible start. 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. Bruce out of the stretch again. 2-7 righty. With the ground ball second A, but with the runner held A+ is a base hit, and Johnson all the way to third. So Roseboro sneaks one through the vacated right side. And the Dodgers will have runners at the corners and 1 out. Nate Oliver, the hitter. Oliver, not much of a hitter, at least not against right-handers. He's in there for his defense. Hitting 210, just 100 at-bats, no home runs. not surprisingly. With a 2-0 lead, how are the Astros going to play it? Well, let's see how many ground ball A's Oliver has. 6, 11, 14. Yeah, he's got more than 20. Houston at double play depth, trying to get a ground ball here out of Oliver. Bruce comes set. 4-10, right-handed. Fly ball to left, fairly deep. Staub backs up to make the catch. Johnson will tag and score. And the Dodgers are on the board. It's a 2-1 ball game. So Nate Oliver, not an RBI man, just his 8th of the season. Up to you, Al. You're going to go with 9.5? Okay, let's say it's 9.5. The over-under for Koufax strikeouts. He's pitched 1 inning, he has 1. How many people say over 9.5? How many say under? Be interesting to see if the odds maker has set it in the middle. That's what they try to do, right? Get an equal amount of bettors on either side of the proposition. 2 down for Koufax, right-handed batter. 1-9 struck him out, and that'll do it. Dodgers with a run on 2 hits, a man left, and it's a 2-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second. Hey there, Ben, how you doing? Happy Hour Friday. Of course, I'm having my usual. Well, not exactly my usual, as this is, of course, Coastal Peaks coffee, my favorite. Hello there, JT. A new face in the chat, perhaps? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Nothing's finer than a shiner. Rusty Staub will lead it off. Let's find his, there, where is he? There he is. Staub at 274, 7 home runs, and his 43 RBIs, second on the ball club, only to Jim Wynn. You would presume correctly, Ernest. Well, welcome to the chat, JT. Great to have you. Koufax ready to go to work. 3-5 left-handed. That's ripped into right field for a leadoff single. Rusty Staub aboard. Here's Bruce, an A bunter. So the Dodgers will have to bring the corners in here. Bruce squares to bunt. He's a B. And on an 11B, he pops it up. Parker will make the catch, and the runners will hold. But Bruce unable to get the bunt down. 1 out for Morgan. And there he is. The P felon, whose name escapes me for a moment. I don't know why. I know this one. It starts with a B, ends with a B. Dan Port, of course. Morgan walked, stole second, came around to score to start things off. Koufax from the stretch. 6-7 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's number 2 for Sandy. And with 2 down, the hitter will be Sonny Jackson. RBI single his first time up, also scored. Here's Koufax's delivery on a 2-7. That's a base hit into right. They're waving Staub to third, and he'll be in there easily. And the Astros have him cornered with 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and the dangerous Jimmy Wynn coming to the plate. Koufax looking somewhat human so far. Jimmy with an RBI double in the first. And here's Koufax now, checks the runner. The pitch from the stretch on a 1-3, base hit left field. That's going to drive in a run. An open single. Jackson can go to third. 16-18, Davis +2, isn't he? So that's a 20. Yeah, they'll concede that. Scoring is Staub, and it is 3-1 on the RBI single by Jimmy Wynn, his second RBI in as many at-bats. That'll bring up Nicholson. Nicholson, a strikeout victim in the first. Koufax towing the rubber. Comes in there with a 2-11 left-handed RBI single into left field. Another open single. Jackson scores. Wynn can go to third. 15, 17, 15, 17. He's going to go for it, and they'll concede it and cut off the throw. The Astros running at will on Tommy Davis's weak arm and left. Astros have built a 4-1 lead here in the second inning. Bob Aspromani at the plate. Koufax may not be around long enough to get to the over. Here's the pitch to Aspromani. 5-3 right-handed, grounder to the pitcher X. He's a 2-E4. Here's the play. On an 8 error range, an 8 on an E4. He should make that play, and does, and that'll do it. 1-3X. 2 more for Houston, though, on 4 hits, and they leave a pair. And after 2 innings, the Astros ahead of Koufax and the Dodgers 4-1. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. As I said previously, you weren't here, but Mookie carried the channel while I was on vacation. Even picked up a few new subscribers, at least several of whom I'm sure don't even care about baseball. They signed up for Mookie. So I'm going to have to try to work in some more shorts with Mookie. Especially now that I know how to do a short. It's really very simple. You just have to do it with the camera the long way, right? As opposed to this way, the long way, and you post that and that becomes a short. I'm not sure at what length it's no longer a short. Perhaps I'll test that out. Okay, third inning, top of the order for the Dodgers. Will singled to the first, but was caught trying to steal. A perfect peg by John Bateman. Bruce into the windup. 1-3, grounder down to first base. Harrison will take it himself, and there's one down. Vertical video. Okay, that's good to know. Boy, you're not kidding. If Mookie learns to roll dice, I might as well retire. Here's Parker 0 for 1. Bruce comes in there with a 3-2. High fly ball to deep right. Nicholson back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Wes Parker. We'll take another look at that one. 4-2. Wait, was it a 4-2? Now I gotta look at it again. I think I jumped to the dice. Maybe not. Did I read it wrong? Hang on. I do that. Let's see what we got. Replay review. I thought it was a 3-2. It was a 3-2. So a 3-2 righty, 1-17. He rolled the 1. And for Parker, that's his 9th home run of the year. After the boulder, I like that. After the boulder rolled downhill and crushed them, they jumped. 1 down for Willie Davis. Singled and stole in the first. Bruce with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 1-6. A grounder down to first. White at first. Harrison fields it. Throws it to Bruce covering. And that's the second out. Mookie knocks them off. And there's the dice. That's true. But we might as well forget about the tower if we do that. Hey, Captain Carl, welcome in. Two down for Tommy Davis. Bruce gets the side. Here's the wind-up, the pitch on a 2-8. Comebacker, Bruce fields it. Tosses it over to Harrison, and that's the inning. The Dodgers get a run on the Wes Parker home run and make the score 4-2. Koufax to the bottom of the third. Sandy has already allowed 6 hits in this game and 4 runs. Strat-O-Matic. Oh yeah, he's in the top of the tower. There were 2 cats on the back patio this morning. Here's Chuck Harrison, reached on an error his first time up. Koufax gets the sign from Roseboro. They wind up the pitch on a 4-6. Smashed to third, fielded by Lefevre, who throws him out. Here's the catcher, John Bateman. Bateman also the beer batter. The pitch is a 1-8. Base hit into right field. Bateman goes the other way with it, a little inside-out swing. And it's a 1-out single for the catcher, John Bateman. That'll bring up Staub, who singled and scored in the second. Koufax rubbing it up, gets the sign from the stretch. 6-6 left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. A walk to Staub, and Bateman goes to second. So a very un-Koufax-like performance here so far. We've got an A bunter up there, so the infield will come in. Bruce goes to lay it down as a B. It's a 5B, bunts it to Koufax. His only play is to first, and both runners move up on the sacrifice. That'll leave it up to Little Joe. Lefty-lefty matchup for Sandy. Here comes the pitch. 5-4 left-handed is catcher's card. That's the Gold Glover Roseboro 1E4. Will the run score? 19 is a foul out to the catcher. No advancement, and that retires the side. No runs a hit, 2 more left on for Houston. So as bad as it's been, it could be even worse. The Astros have left quite a few on already. Yeah, one of them even brought him a present, which I got rid of, by the way. Finally. Four to 2 Astros as we go to the 4th. I haven't seen the dog since we last spoke. Lou Johnson will start off the fourth. He singled his first time out. Bruce into the windup. 3-8, and he hits him. Rolling for it, and he'll take his base. So Lou Johnson hit by the pitch. Oh, he excels at it. That is his 11th hit by pitch of the season. $15 held at 13, and here's Lefevre. Hello, world's worst. Franklin stepped up to the plate for you and named John Bateman as the beer batter. Here's Lefevre. Switch hitter struck out his first time up. Johnson being held at first. Bruce out of the stretch now on a 6-8 lefty. That's second base X. Tough chance for Morgan. Ranging to the middle. 3E30. Ranging behind the bag on a 20. He's got it. Flipped from the glove to Jackson. Steps on second. Goes to Harrison. Double play. That was a pretty play. 4-6-3X. And the bases are empty for John Roseboro. Bruce into the windup. That's a 2-6 righty. Roseboro lines that one to right for a single, and Roseboro 2 for 2. The Roseboro's average slowly climbing up. 2 down for Nate Oliver. Sack fly in the second. Bruce comes in with a 3-5. Liner to second, single to 10, and that's going to be a base hit for Oliver. Knocked down by Morgan, but he has no play. Roseboro will hold at second. First and second, 2 outs. But luckily for Bruce, the batter is Sandy Koufax. Right-handed hitter on a 6-8. Second base X, Morgan again, 3E30. Big play for Morgan on a 5. He gets to it, throws to Harrison, and the side is retired. Nice fielding that inning by Joe Morgan. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. (1920) Yankee replay going well. Nice. I think so. Captain Morgan. Makes sense to me. Bottom of the 4th inning. Jackson 2 for 2 will lead it off. Koufax gets the side. Here's the windup on a 5-10 righty. Grounder third base X. Tough chance for Lefevre. A 324 to his left. On a 16. He's there. Plants and throws in time. Nice play by Lefevre to retire the speedy Jackson. And here's Jimmy Wynn, who also has 2 hits today. Koufax with the pitch. It's a 2-8 lefty. Rolls it over to short. Wills has it. Takes a couple of steps and throws him out. Dave Nicholson with 2 down. He's 1 for 2. Koufax staring in to get the sign. Here's the pitch. 4-8. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's number 3. 1-2-3 go the Astros. First clean inning for Koufax. And Al has set the over-under on Koufax strikeouts at 9.5. He's certainly behind the pace. And we have a super chat from H. Field. Fresh off work. Happy Friday to you and Mookie. Thank you so kindly. And look, he's got cats in his picture. Now I've got to click on this. I thought that would make it bigger, but it doesn't. Anyway, thank you kindly, H. Field. And I reached my goal. Yep, I like to set a modest goal. Four to 2 Astros. We go to the 5th inning. Top of the order for the Dodgers. Wills 1 for 2. Bob Bruce rated 6 for starter endurance. Ready to go to work. Here's the windup and the pitch to Wills. It is a 4-6 left-handed. Fly ball to center. Routine for Jimmy Wynn as he gloves it for the first out. Wes Parker homered his last time up. Batting left-handed. Bruce with the pitch. 2-6 righty, and it's just outside ball 4. So Bruce perhaps overthinking it a bit, pitching carefully to Parker. He walks him. Parker is a 14 not held. And knowing the Dodgers, they would probably try to roll that. He's got a decent chance of getting the lead, so they're going to hold him on at 12. And there's my old friend, Richard Watts. Well, I didn't see Ray, but I did have a great time in Morro Bay, Richard, and a little bit in in Orange County, actually, as well. So thank you. Hope everything's well with you. Runner at first, 1 out for Willie Davis. Davis 1 for 2. Bruce working from the stretch. Runner being held on a 6'9 lefty. Runner to first base. Harrison has it. Goes to Jackson for 1. Steps on the bag. Back to first, not in time. So Parker is forced. Davis to first. He'll be held at 15. And Tommy Davis steps to the plate. Willie rolling for the lead. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. Held at 15. 10. He does not get it. And here's the pitch to Tommy. 5-9 righty. He lifts it deep to center. Wynn backs up a bit and hauls it in to retire the side. So Bob Bruce pitching well yet again. Koufax not so much so. $19.20, more on $19.20, which I really enjoy, by the way. I know very little about that. Other than that was the introduction of the lively ball, wasn't it? That followed the famous Black Sox World Series. And that's the extent of my knowledge. You're up to July 9th. Ruth with 26 home runs and 62 RBIs. Koufax takes the mound. Astros in the bottom of the 5th will have Aspromani, Harrison, and Bateman. Koufax into the windup. That's a 1-5 lefty. Foul ball left side. Lefevre in foul ground, and he will make the catch. Hello, Reimerma? I'm just going to call you Reimer, if that's okay with you. Or would you prefer Reamer? It would be Reimer, wouldn't it? That's Michael Reimer, isn't it? With a different handle. Isn't that right? It sure is. Well, good to see you, Michael. Here's Harrison 0 for 2. Koufax set now. The full lined up. The pitch is a 4-4 right-handed. Fly ball to center shallow. On comes Willie Davis, still coming, and just does catch up with it for the second out. 2 down for the beer batter, Bateman, who's 1 for 2. Here comes Koufax's pitch on a 6-6. Liner to third, single to 15. That's going to be a base hit for Bateman, and he's 2 for 3. Oh, I'm not familiar with that H field. Delphi. I need to write that down. Damn it, where's my notepad? Yeah, I'm going to look that up. Delphi Strat Forum. In fact, after the 5th, I'm going to ask you guys to indulge me in a little draft prep. I used to be in leagues with Richard Watts for many years. Oh, I should have let it go. I had it right the first time. Runner on first, 2 down for Staub. Koufax out of the stretch now. 6-6 lefty, and he walks him. So Staub, batting 8th, has reached all 3 times, a single and a pair of walks, and here's Bruce. Right-handed hitter, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-9 righty. Swung on and missed strike 3, not surprisingly. Koufax makes short work of the pitcher. So for Houston, no runs, a hit, 2 left on, and through 5, it's 4-2 Astros. Okay, tomorrow is the MMDA draft. Richard, I believe you were in that league at one point. James Bailey, still the commissioner. And I'm going to grab my LaManna baseball bulletin here. I'm sure John wouldn't mind if I plugged him a little bit. There's John and his wife Terry enjoying a light beer from Miller. LaManna baseball bulletin. It's online. You can get all this stuff online, of course. And here's his rookie rankings. We'll just look at the top ones. So there it is, and I have the 10th pick in the first round. Now, I think Kurtz Anthony and Roman Anthony are obviously the first 2. You could flip-flop them. I'm not sure I wouldn't take Roman Anthony first overall, but none of those guys are going to get to me. Nor Will McLean or Burns. Probably not Sasaki, but I would definitely take him. Probably not Yasavage. Teal, I actually like Keishel and Basayo better than Teal. They could fall. The one I don't really know anything about is Bubba Chandler. Another interesting one that could fall to 10 is Mizorowski. And I do like Drake Baldwin and Matt Shaw quite a bit. Anyway, who would you take? Assuming, of course, that at least the top 7 guys aren't going to be there at 10, most likely. Keishel could slide because of the defense. But I don't expect that either. Too good of a hitter. And Dan says take Mizorowski. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll let you look at it a little further simply because I have to use the restroom. And then we'll come back to the game. And since I'm up, I might as well get another refill on my coffee. I was driving in December from Orange County to Morro Bay, stopped at Camarillo for a cup of coffee and to use the restroom. I told somebody there, man, when I want a road trip anymore, it seems like all I do is drive from restroom to restroom. So only one strong opinion. Felon says take the Miz, and I'll tell you what, hard not to agree with you. Okay, sixth inning in this one. The Astros leading it 4-2. First endurance inning for Bruce. Lou Johnson will lead it off, singled in the second and was plunked in the fourth. Bruce with the pitch. 1-2, called strike three. Davis not happy about it, but he'll take a seat, and Jim Lefevre will be the hitter. You're not kidding, Jim, and it's really hard to build a team anymore when you have to have 20 pitchers. At least. Lefevre 0 for 2. Bruce's pitch to the lefty is a 6-9. Grounded down to first. Harrison gloves it, race to the bag, and Harrison steps on the bag for out number 2. Here's Roseboro now, 2 for 2 today. The windup and the pitch is a 2-8 right-handed. Base hit up the middle for Roseboro, and he's got 3 hits. That'll bring up the light-hitting second baseman, Nate Oliver. Bruce gets the sign, comes in with a 2-9, grounder to short. Jackson charging it, throws on the run in time, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 1 left. This could be the last inning for Koufax, so those of you who took the under, he has 4 strikeouts through 5 innings. I'll throw it out to the group. Would you hit for him? He's due to lead off the 7th. Back in those days, I remember they rarely ever would hit for him. wonder how many times he was pinch hit for in 1966. Can anyone find that information? Top of the order for Houston. Morgan 0 for 2 with a walk. Koufax ready to go to work. Here's the windup and the pitch. 3-8. And he draws the walk. Morgan, of course, leading the majors in walks. He now has, with 2 today, he has 60 walks. 13 not held. At this point, they can't take any chances. They're going to hold him at 11. And Jackson will swing away. To 7, and that's a base hit into right, 2 stars. Morgan will go all the way to third easily. Houston, first and third, nobody out in the 6th. Jackson being held at 17. No. 17, 15. -2 battery, -2 hold. 1 to 15, he'll roll for it. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. He's got a 7, he doesn't get it. And here's Jimmy Wynn. Let me see how the Dodgers are going to play this. As much as I'd love to play for the double play, they already trail by 2, and they're going to have to bring the infield in for Jimmy. No, they can't. They've got to hold Jackson. Never mind. Infield is back with the runner held. He just tried for the lead and didn't get it, so he has to be held. Win 2 for 3. Koufax out of the stretch, 4-4 righty. High pop fly to shallow center. Coming in fast is Willie Davis. He makes the catch, and Morgan will have to hold at third. So that's a big out. And here's Dave Nicholson. Runner still being held. Nicholson, a single sandwiched between 2 strikeouts. And here's the pitch for Sandy Koufax. It's a 6-3. Base hit into right. That's going to drive in another run. Jackson can go to third. 16, 18. 18 to third. They're going to send him, and the Dodgers will cut it off. 5-2 Astros. You said a mouthful, Ernest. Here's Bob Aspromani now. Nicholson not held at 11. He doesn't need to be held. He's not a star stealer. A lot of ground ball A's on Aspromani's card. They're going to play at double play depth with 1 down. Here comes the pitch. 1-4, pop up left side. Will's waving his arms. He'll take it. And with 2 down, it will be up to Chuck Harrison. Harrison 0 for 3 today. Koufax set. Here it comes. 1-6. Liner to short. Single to 12. That's going to be caught by Maury Wills at short. Koufax wiggles out of another jam. Houston settles for 1 run. On 2 hits, they leave a pair, and they now lead it 5-2. And I tell you what, I think that has to do it for Koufax. What do you guys think? Have fun, Al. Thanks for dropping in, man. And that extra run did make a difference, didn't it? The sentiment now seems to agree with me that it's time to pinch hit for Koufax. The Koufax will hit the showers and contemplate that outing. And we'll have a pinch hitter. So a short one today for Koufax, 6 innings. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits allowed. 5 runs. Walked 2, 3, walked 4. And struck out just 4. Let me turn that heater down. We'll have a pinch hit. Alrighty, looking at the bench. Second endurance inning for Bob Bruce. Thank you, Captain Carl. What fine research. 6 times he was pinch hit for. Twice after 5 innings. Against the right-hander. Who else? Jim Gilliam will lead it off. Gilliam just 15 for 87, a 172 average. He does have 1 home run. Switch hitter, batting lefty. 5-4 left-handed grounder, third base X. Tough chance for Aspromonte. He's a good third baseman, 218. And here's the play on a 17. He gloves it. Wide of the bag. Fires to first for the out. Nice play, Aspromonte. So Gilliam is retired. And that'll bring up Wills. Bob Bruce sailing along now into the windup. Pitch to Wills. That's flat and counts. That's a 5-3 lefty. Pitcher X, a 3-0 for Bruce. On an 18, he makes the play and throws him out. Nice play by Bruce. 2 down for Parker. Parker 1 for 2 with a home run. Here comes the pitch from Bob Bruce. It's a 5-5 lefty. High fly ball to deep right. Backing up is Nicholson. Just shy of the track. Pulls it in to retire the side. So a 1-2-3 inning for Bob Bruce, who hasn't allowed much at all. And nothing since the 3rd inning. Right, left, pitcher, left, left. This is probably a great spot for Perinoski. So Ron Perinoski will take the mound when we return. But for now, let's take a look at the star of our show, Mookie. Richard, it's Steve. Man, you're getting me confused with Ray. I know it's late where you are. You're excused. There's the Mook. Let's go around. Finally got that other coffee table out of here too. Hey Mookie, what's happening? Mookie. 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 Say hello, buddy. Where's that? Hang on a second. Where's that pink thing? There it is. He doesn't care about that. I'll leave it there on the next ledge, see if he goes for it. He says, I'm not falling for that crap. Still the contortionist, though, that's for sure. Here's Spokane. Gray and cool. Notice I didn't say cold, because some of you guys have really some cold weather. Alrighty. Rip, what a great name for a dog. Reminds me of that Twilight Zone episode. But on a more positive note, Ben at least got over the freezing mark. So Peronoski to pitch the bottom of the seventh. It'll be the bottom third of the order for Houston. They lead by 3. Bateman 2 for 3. He's your beer batter. He'll lead it off. Peronoski into the windup. 2-6 left-hand. The little comebacker. Peronoski gloves it. Takes a step towards first and throws it to Parker for the out. And hello there, Gerald. Welcome in. Staub's been on all 3 times with a single and 2 walks. Peronoski with a windup. It's a 3-9 lefty. Struck him out. And Bruce will go ahead and bat with 2 down. 6-7, and he loses in ball 4. Peronoski walks the opposing pitcher. Bruce takes first. Here's Joe Morgan. Peronoski from the stretch. 5-6 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. But Peronoski comes in, does a Koufax impression, striking out 2. And through 7, it's Astros 5, Dodgers 2. Bruce now has pitched very well, but he will be watched closely. The card is ugly, despite the good results. The problem is the Houston bullpen is also ugly. If they had to try to nail this one down, they'd probably go to Jim Owens. So Owens will start to toss just in case. Claude Rameau, the save leader with 12, but we know about Rameau. Heart of the order for the Dodgers: Willie Davis, Tommy Davis, Lou Johnson. Bruce gets the sign from Bateman. There's the pitch to Willie. It's a 5-11, and that's ripped into right field for a leadoff single. '17 held at 15. Tommy Davis, the batter. They'd better get a hard righty up, too. Ron Taylor joins Owens in the pen. Davis being held. Bruce pitching out of the stretch to Tommy Davis. On a 2-4 righty, he pops him up left side. Jackson waving his arms, and he'll take it. Runner still held for Lou Johnson, 1 for 2. Here comes the pitch from Bruce. It is a 1-7. Double to 6, single. It is a 2-star single. To third goes Willie Davis, and the tying run will come to the plate. And that's going to be it for Bruce. Here comes Hatton. So they've gone as far as they can with Bob Bruce, probably further than any of us thought he would get. And they will go to Jim Owens. Owens, believe it or not, has been the best pitcher on the Houston staff this year. 2-3 with a save and a 1.82 ERA. In 25 innings of work, he surrendered just 14 hits. Slightly backwards right-hander, which fits the situation with a switch left. Well, Oliver's a righty, but you almost can't count him, can you? One down, first and third. Lefevre the tying run at the plate now. 0 for 3 today. Let's see about Johnson. Owens with a terrible hold, however. Well, not terrible, but not a good one. +2, so 17, held at 15 for Johnson. Johnson being held. Here's the pitch to Lefevre. Owens comes in with a 3-10 righty. Foul ball right side. Harrison over by the railing. He is there to make the grab. That's a huge out. And it will be up to Roseboro, who's 3 for 3 on the day. This is their chance. Owens bearing down now, gets the sign. This from the stretch. 1-9, ripped into right field. 2-star single, triple on a 2. That will drive in Willie Davis to make it 5-3. All the way to third goes Lou Johnson. So Roseboro with a 4-hit game. 5-3 the score now, and we'll see about Oliver. Unfortunately, they've already used Gilliam. He could have played second. But they will hit. And they're going to play their best card right now. Hitting for Oliver. Left-handed hitter Ron Fairley. Houston without a left-hander in their pen are dependent on the backwards righty here. Fairley on the season, a .276 average, 5 home runs, 30 RBIs. First and third, 2 down in a 5-3 game. Roseboro at first represents the tying run. Owens from the stretch. Pitch to Fairley on a 5-7 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Fairley. The Dodgers settle for 1, leave 2. And that chance goes a begging. Coming in will be John Kennedy. He'll play third with Lefevre moving to second. Bob Miller, the right-hander, throwing in the Dodger pen. Peronoski will start the inning. Hey there, Bill. How you doing? Hey, Durhamite Blue. Another name I don't recognize. Welcome to the chat. Five to 3 is the score now. Sonny Jackson, and then the heart of the Houston lineup. Jackson 3 for 4 today. Peronoski, the left-hander, gets the sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch on a 3-8 lefty. Little comebacker. Peronoski knocks it down, picks it up with plenty of time to throw him out. And the batter will be Jimmy Wynn. Wynn 2 for 4, 2 RBIs today. Here's the pitch from Ron Peronoski. It's a 5-7 righty. Second base X, that's Lefevre now. 317 ranging behind the bag on an 8 error rate. It's a 4 on a 17. This is trouble, and it is. His throw pulls Parker off the bag. That's going to be an error on Lefevre. Second Los Angeles error of the afternoon. -4 battery now, so Wynn will not have to be held. He's 11. And the hitter is Nicholson. Hey there, Kyle. Welcome in. Nicholson's 2 for 4. Peronoski out of the stretch. Miller's ready. Here's the pitch on a 3-6. Called strike 3. Nicholson doesn't like it, but it's the hat trick for Nicholson. And it will be up to Aspromani. Peronoski gets the sign. The pitch from the stretch. 6-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A nice outing by Peronoski. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. And we're going to the 9th. Astros 5, Dodgers 3. They'll have a pinch hitter and 2 switch hitters if anybody gets on, a lefty. So they're going to stay with Owens. See if they've got anybody better. Well, here come the groans, but Raymond is warming. Raymond, of course, despite the 12 saves, 3 and 4 with an ERA of 5.88. In 33 and 2/3 innings, 42 hits, including 8 home runs, and he's walked 15. The card, of course, much better than that, but he certainly hasn't pitched well to this point in the season. And I want to take this time to thank everybody for joining me. No game tomorrow. It'll be my draft, of course. I'll be back with you on Sunday at the usual time. We'll get more on that later. Dodgers will send up a pinch hitter to start off the 9th. Pinch hitter for Peronoski. And let's see if they have anything left on the bench. Ferrara or Covington? Or Barbieri. They're going to go with Barbieri. A little better speed than Covington, should he reach. And he also needs some at-bats, currently sitting at 14%. What has Barbieri done this year? He hasn't played much. He's 2 for 5. All as a pinch hitter. Owens into the windup. 2-9 righty. Routine grounder to second. Morgan gobbles it up and throws him out. So Barbieri is retired. 1 down. And here's the leadoff man, Maury Wills. Wills 1 for 4 today. Owens into the windup. 4-5 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Owens 1 out away from his first save? No, his second save. Excuse me. Wes Parker, last chance for the Dodgers, 1 for 3. Homered way back in the third. Owens into the windup now. The pitch is a 1-9 righty. Grounded to second. It's Morgan. That's going to do it. And the Astros win the series by beating the Dodgers 5-3. So Houston takes 2 out of 3 at home from Los Angeles. And I'll have the totals in a moment. Because I forgot to even write in Owens. Thank you, everybody. So Bruce went 7 1/3. He gets the win. He's 2-3 now. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 10 hits. 3 runs. He walked only 1 and hit 1. And he struck out 2, 3. Owens 1 2/3. He picks up the save, just his second of the season. He gave up only 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and struck out a pair. Koufax takes the loss, just his second of the season. He's 13-2. Peronoski in 2 innings, no hits, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 4. So the 2 pitchers combined didn't even reach the over. Astros win it with 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Dodgers 3 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. And that's all she wrote. Roseboro with a 4-hit game probably is the player of the game. I'm going to go that way. An attaboy to Bruce. Bruce pitched just well enough to win on a day when Koufax did not have his best stuff. Okay, no game tomorrow. Let's look ahead on the schedule. See what we're going to have on Sunday. What the hell? I lost it. Hang on, I'll get it back. What happened to the schedule? Looking for June the 22nd now. Tomorrow it will be the first, not tomorrow, excuse me, Sunday. It will be the first game of the doubleheader between the White Sox at Kansas City Athletics. And the starting pitchers will be Bruce Howard for the White Sox and the 20-year-old Jim Catfish Hunter for the Athletics. Yeah, I just did my taxes last night. It was relatively painless. I owe a little bit, but not a lot. And I'd rather owe a little bit than give the government an interest-free loan. And there you have it. So I'm going to get out of here, grab some lunch. Enjoy your evening, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch up with you on Sunday. Wish me luck in the draft. Take care, everybody.